Hi, this is our first educational video for Daggett Montessori Middle School English. It's a very important topic when dealing with figurative language. We're going to be looking at similes and metaphors. Now, they're both important in literature. They're used quite a bit. They're important because they make language better, help us understand language better, and authors use them quite frequently. In fact, our language would be rather boring if we didn't use figurative language, but we'll talk about similes and metaphors first today. Similes are when you compare two unlike things using like or as. Okay, you use like or as. For instance, when Charles Dickens says in A Christmas Carol, like a bad lobster in a dark cellar. Now, he's comparing the feelings that he got when Scrooge goes into his home. He's scared from seeing Marley's face, and of course he's not sure if he saw what he thinks he saw, but there's this presence that seems to be in the house. And so, like, if you go into a very dark cellar and there's a stinky lobster in there, even if it's pitch dark, you're going to know it's there because you can smell it, because, you know, seafood smells bad enough as it is, but rotting seafood, that's pretty bad. So, like a bad lobster in a dark cellar is a simile. We also say things like she's pretty as a picture, or she's as sweet as sugar. And so we compare things, the sweetness of a girl, her personality, to sugar, which have nothing to do with each other. Just like a lobster smelling up a cellar has nothing to do with a spiritual presence that might or might not be in your house. So that is a simile. Metaphor is similar, however different. Metaphors are usually a little deeper, and they are a direct comparison. Okay, metaphors are a direct comparison between two things. So, like, for instance, one of my favorite metaphors from George Orwell, who's the author of 1984 and Animal Farm, is this one. That advertising is the rattling of a stick inside of a swill bucket. Basically, the advertising is if you take a swill bucket, which is the bucket they use to feed pigs. He's not a big fan of advertising, so it's like bang, 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 telling all the pigs to come. It's time to eat. Excuse me. It's time to eat, and so the advertising is like that. So you kind of get that whenever you're trying to use the internet and you're trying to watch a video and you get, 3 minutes of advertising. Now, of course, that's how people make money on the radio and on TV, is advertising. So, that's just part of it. Orwell wasn't a big fan, but that's a metaphor. If you say, like, for instance, a common one is that guy is a weasel. Well, if you say he's a weasel, he's not literally a weasel, but what you're saying about him is, that he's probably not trustworthy, a little sneaky and sly, and probably shouldn't be trusted. So those are, that's an example of metaphors. So similes and metaphors, to review, similes use like or as to compare two things, where metaphors do not. They are a direct comparison and to that, so between the two things. So I hope that helps you and clears it up a little bit, and we'll see you on the flip side. Thanks.